train had just entered a field of tall grass when it suddenly screeched to a halt. I think it's a bit strange. We were in the middle of nowhere, no station in sight. Why would the train stop here? I decided to find someone and ask what was going on. That decision nearly got me killed. I stepped off the train, curious, and spotted faint glimmers of light in the grass not far away. Before I could make out what it was, the sudden light startled me. What happened?
Just a brief stop.
He told me the train's boiler had broken down and we'd leave as soon as it was fixed. Then surely I have time for a smoke.
Yes?
The conductor warned me not to wander off. When the train was ready, he'd call for me to board, but only twice. After that, they'd leave without me. There seemed to be something ominous in his words, but I brushed it off. All I wanted was to light a cigarette. The lights in the grass suddenly started moving, drawing me in like they had some kind of hold on me. Before I knew it, I was walking into the tall grass. I had time to kill anyway. What's the harm in checking it out? I pushed through the tall grass, almost reaching where the lights were coming from, when they suddenly went out. The strange occurrence didn't kill my curiosity. If anything, it made me want to investigate even more. Just as I was about to go deeper, I heard the conductor calling for passengers to board. I had no choice but to turn back. But then something rustled nearby, and a strange figure darted past. Fear hit me. I immediately turned to leave. But I hadn't gone far when I realized something terrifying. The tall grass blocked my view completely. I couldn't tell which direction the train was in. All I could do was jump up and shout. No response.
Hello? Hello? I'm here! Can you hear me?
My panic grew. The conductor's voice came from the opposite direction. I knew this was my final warning. If I didn't get back now, I'd be stranded. But no matter how hard I ran, I couldn't escape this field of grass. I was completely lost. In my panic, I heard a terrifying sound behind me. Pushing aside the glowing grass in front of me, I watched in horror as a ghastly pale creature with a luminescent body emerged from the ground. Even worse, there was more than one. Multiple creatures started rising up. Terror brought me to my knees, and I started crawling. But the creatures weren't about to let me go. I ran for my life and finally made it out of the grass, only to tumble headfirst into a pit. My glasses went flying. By the time I found my glasses, another creature burst out of the ground right in front of me. The others were closing in too. I clawed my way toward the edge, but the creature that just appeared grabbed my leg. I grabbed a stick lying nearby and knocked the creature away, then kicked another one off. I barely managed to scramble out of the pit. I ran like hell, praying for just one more chance. My prayers were answered. Through a gap in the grass, I finally spotted the train's lights. But the train had already started moving. I ran toward it, only to be tackled by one of the creatures. The creature opened its jaws to bite, but another one knocked it away. They started fighting each other. I thought about making a run for it, but there were too many of them. This was it. I was done for. Just when all hope seemed lost, a miracle happened.
Get lost!
The conductor was waving a torch, driving the creatures back. They were clearly terrified of the flames. With the conductor's help, I escaped. We scrambled back onto the train, shaken to our core. Still trembling, I asked the conductor what those things were. He gave me a cryptic answer.
Most of them used to be people, but lost crossing the plains. Maybe others got off the train at the wrong place.
This has happened before. He said the train always loses power when it reaches this spot, and then it's like a door opens.
I figure it leads to some other world.
I looked at him, not quite understanding. He warned me not to tell anyone about this. Even if I did, no one would believe me anyway. I sat there in a daze, breathing hard, watching helplessly as the spreading glow covered the entire grassland.